right now, in the state of Texas, there's Bill SB 14. It's a bill that's banning gender-affirming care for transgender individuals under 18.
Transgender people say these laws are an attack on their human rights and access to basic health care.
I could stand here and tell you about the times I attempted to end my life because I didn't have access to gender-affirming care, but I know you don't care.
As adults, we understand that a child's brain is not fully formed and cannot comprehend the ramifications of making irreversible medical decisions.
Lawmakers took up one of the more controversial bills of this legislative session.
If we're protecting kids from...
The bill would limit gender-affirming care for kids.
This was real big when we're talking about Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union,
right?
And their now daughter Zaya, like all of that kind of stuff. So now the states are really, really getting involved.
I don't believe that we should be able to allow our children to even make the decision to completely swap genders and make that huge life decision that could affect mental health.
I understand where you're coming from, man. However, I feel like we're holding ourselves back as a human race in terms of actual development and understanding actual development, because I think a lot of kids are a lot more developed than what we realize. But I do think that we do have the ability to make that decision or begin to have that discussion and have that freedom to make that decision at an earlier age. So I definitely do not agree with that bill being.
There is a side, right, of the argument that will say they've been trapped in the wrong body from the beginning. And while there may be things developmentally that may be happening physically, there are things that are happening mentally and emotionally which can have a greater impact.
So my point is your point that when you're a certain age as a child, you expect your parents to guide some of your decisions, right? You don't know really that the value of that until you get older. And when you get older, you're like, whoa, am I glad they were able to guide it? Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't change your sex, do whatever you want. I'm saying, but that you can give it time. There's nothing to lose with that.
I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to Vare right now, and we're going to pull up and see who voted for it, and we're gonna look at your voting choices.
I like that.
And we're gonna see, do you align? Because I get the feeling
before we do that,
we may have some hypocrites here, and I want to figure out what it is, and we're gonna figure this out on Vare. I don't know, guys.
We have all heard the saying at weddings, speak now or forever hold your peace. Well, at Vare we believe the marriage between you and your representatives requires the same question, since his or her actions affects you personally. So we give you a platform to speak now. We all don't have to be on the same side of every issue, but we can all choose to have our voices heard. Let your voice match your choice for representation at Vare.